Hello?
What's up, girl? What happened after Tony dumped you?
Girl, I'm over it. I went from heartbreak to hate.
Hi, Bob.
Oi, Joy.
Yep. Yeah. Kids, Bob is sick.
I'm sick, so you can refer to me as preteen Jodie Foster.
Okay.
Because that's what I think I sound like. Like young Jodie Foster when you might think she was a boy. Like when I had a crush on her.
Yeah.
She was in those Huckleberry Finn movies on Disney. I'm talking old stuff now.
You really are.
Yeah.
Woo, date
So, y'all have just to deal with it.
Oh, yeah.
Because I am a professional, and the show must go on.
Okay. Let's do it. So today,
today you're talking about
we're celebrating our losses.
our losses.
That's right.
Cutting
Because
them.
What gave me the idea is the first loss I'm going to talk about, as you know.
Right.
As I say, people always celebrate their wins. Like, oh, I did this amazing thing. I made this amazing choice. I want to talk about the things that I've agreed to, the things that I've chosen that were just wrong, just bad.
Okay. Well, since you know what you're going to say,
Yeah.
and I'm out of breath,
Yes.
go right ahead.
Yes. All right. No problem. So, kids, I made a bad life choice
Real
2.5, 3 weeks ago.
Yes, horrible.
I agreed to teach someone to drive. And I don't know how a parent ever teaches a teenager, of all things. My dad taught 3 of us to drive. I don't know. I don't know how he did it. I don't know. It must have been the nerves of steel from doing all those years of martial arts. Because,
I mean, he has training.
yeah, but like getting in the car, because I've never taught anybody to drive before, and getting in the car with somebody who just has a little bit of book knowledge, and then letting them proceed to go, and especially because you're not in a driver's ed car, so there's no brake on my side.
Right.
There's no wheel. It's just all a hope and a prayer, and a lot of high blood pressure.
I mean, you don't have to explain who the person is, but I think that the story will be like...
Oh, no. I mean, I'm going to get into what makes it even better.
Okay.
So what makes it even better is this person, English is not their native language.
Correct.
This person is from Uganda and been here for some years, but still has the occasional thing that they get confused, like left and right, which proves interesting when you're trying to teach somebody to turn.
I mean, basic things that are necessary.
Things. Like you gotta know left and right. Like quickly, because if you're getting directions from somebody, and I'm sorry, I'm just trying to speak through the trauma of it all, because it's not over. This is really why I'm celebrating this loss, is because it's not over.
She's in fact had 2 sessions today, folks.
2 hours today, not back to back, but I did it twice. I have to go back tomorrow. Like, there's no end in the near future. It's going to take this person a while.
Well, 50 hours.
That's right. The state of Illinois strongly recommends that you have 50 hours of driving plus
Give it to
10 hours of night driving. Which is even worse.
But this person,
yes, use our pronouns.
They did do some midnight driving.
They did some midnight driving with somebody else, and supposedly were driving like the wind until the end when they hit a mailbox
next to their house.
Yes.
Wait, did you back it up and say how old this? No, you did not say how old this person is.
Oh, that's the other thing. This person is 2 years older than me. So not even a young person. We're talking about somebody older.
Yeah.
And I do think there maybe is something to, like, older people are already set in their ways. They have all these great ideas.
I think it's like your tonsils and all those other things that are supposed to happen to you, like vaccinations. Vaccinate your fucking children. I'm not even going to get into that.
Please don't.
But vaccinate your fucking children. All those things you're supposed to do that's better for you when you're younger. Like having your tonsils out is supposedly better for you. Getting your foreskin cut off is better for you when you're a child, I'm sure.
And this person had an opportunity to learn years ago and wasn't really interested. They let that slip out.
That's because they did not have to.
That's because they didn't have to.
They had a reliable source for driving.
And now they do not have
And now
that.
they do not. So technically, their loss is now your loss.
That's true. It's a circle of losing.
It's a circle of losing.
Instead of the circle of life, I'm going to write a song called The Circle of Loss.
I think Circle of Loss, I mean, Ring of Loss.
Yes.
Any song, loss is real.
Loss is so
I'm a loser, baby.
Mm-hmm. So why don't you kill me? Yes. Oh. So, but I will say that it's funny for other people. Like, I wish that the car could be rigged with videos, because the thing is, when you're teaching somebody else to drive,
oh yeah,
you have to have all the awareness of a driver, but none of the control. You know what I mean? So like, you can see things happening, and the best you can do is try to reach a hand out and maybe help steer the wheel a little or something, and you're kind of trying not to shout because you don't want to scare the person.
Right.
But at the same time, you're like, why? Remember what's in her face at the end? It goes, damn.
Well, I mean, her husband just died. James just died. But
yeah,
anyway.
I know. But so anyways, funny story. We go out to the local community college, right? Because that's where lots of people have learned to drive, or at least practice. You go on a weekend where there's no cars and whatnot. We're driving around this little loop out there and see another minivan. So the car I'm teaching this person in is a minivan. This is their car. Which makes it harder. Yeah. You know, they keep complaining about the size, and I'm like, the problem is, this is your car, so you need to learn to drive your actual vehicle. Like, yes, it would be better if you were in a smaller car. That's not realistic. So anyways, there's another minivan also going insanely slow. And I look over, and it's another person trying to learn, another older person trying to learn to drive, and a young man sitting next to them. And he had the same face that was my internal spirit, my weary soul. And I just looked at him for a second and just was like, same,
I know, we're
sir.
the
Same. So
that's hip.
That is, I know, right? See, and I had to double check with my younger siblings to make sure that I was using it correctly. That's what happens when you get old. You got to double check your lingo, make sure you're all together.
Right.
What was the other one I used the other day? I was like, BlessUp or something. I was like, oh, did I use that right?
Glow up?
No, no, BlessUp, I think.
What's BlessUp? That don't sound real.
I was assured that it was a real thing. I will be double checking.
That sounds like church. That sounds like.
It wasn't.
That sounds like DC talk. That sounds like Christian rap.
Oh, it wasn't. It was like.
No, it's Christian rap.
Like, no, BlessUp was like congratulations. Like, I don't know how.
Won't he do it? That sounds like made up Christian slang, because they're like, oh, all the street kids, everybody's got the slang now again. So we have to try to get some slang of our own. So BlessUp. Really?
I tell you, this is why I don't tell people about the things I learned, because then somebody different says it's wrong. I will be triple checking with my siblings.
Triple check all you want, but then I want to know what the difference between a BlessUp and a bless down is. Because a bless down to me sounds like a blowjob.
A bless down is not a thing. There is no bless down.
Why is there a bless up?
I don't know why.
Because technically the blessing should come down to you from heaven.
Maybe you're sending blessings up to, I don't know.
No, you're sending false hopes and wishes to heaven.
Anyway.
Cure my kid of cancer, even though all the other kids have cancer. Jesus, literally.
I guess we just celebrated a whole nother loss, because according to Bob, BlessUp is not a thing, even though I felt that I used
We'll look up BlessUp. You can do that right now. I want to know where it came from.
Okay.
If it's an Urban Dictionary.
Okay.
And there's no cuss words associated with the definition.
Okay.
I will then know that a Christian.
As soon as you type in BlessUp is the second thing.
And it is.
Oh, hold on. DJ Khaled started the trend. 2 primary meanings. It's supposed to be a greeting, but most people use it as a way of expressing how grateful they are. Oh, it is a hashtag blessed. So you were kind of sort of right. That's neither here nor there. I used it correctly at the time.
No, you use it correctly at the time. You know what, Joy? All languages used to say, Geo-witch. When you say hello in Irish, that is, may God bless you.
Right.
So, BlessUp's been around, girl.
Well, it's back. and I used it. Now you just tell us your
Fuck you,
thing.
Khaled. I ain't here for you. This new voice is more violent than the previous
It really
voices.
is.
I kind of like it. It kind of makes me feel like
I know.
I'm muted, so I have to get more aggro.
Anything that helps you lean into your anger makes you happy, so we know.
So recently I lost some anger, and I've been mourning it.
Yeah.
No. So we're talking about losses.
Just bad decisions, just things you agreed to. You're like, why? Or, anything in that vein. This is hard for Bob because all of his decisions.
You know why?
Are
And I'll tell you,
perfect.
and I will totally pull out my suitcase full of narcissism and let you know. Because I lose a lot, as most humans do.
Right.
I lose in life. I lose in competitions that I subject my art to.
Okay.
And as an artist, you lose a lot, typically.
That'd be fair.
You in your head have to just then say, that's because someone out there they're looking at people who are less talented.
Okay.
So you have to have this bit of narcissism that takes the loss and then says, well, they couldn't handle, they couldn't handle this. It's that when that girl doesn't get the guy she wants,
Right.
oh no.
He was intimidated
He was
by me.
intimidated by me. I'm a strong insert word woman.
Right.
He can't handle this. It's that fake narcissism
Okay.
that takes over. So, I mean, I've lost a lot of stuff. I lost my virginity young. Bless up. To that. No. I don't know. I was trying to think of some specific scenarios where I lost, and I just think that typically I lose time on people.
Yeah.
And I don't really want to celebrate that because that is one of the last things
Yeah.
that I like doing
I hear you.
is losing time. You know why? Because everyone's going to die.
True.
And when people are late, and when people hold you up, and when people continually make you sit and wait for them.
I can't. That's too much.
Do you hear the rasp? It's getting deep.
It is. It has hit your soul.
Yeah, it's my soul coming out. Maybe that's it. Maybe this mucus stuff is really what the soul looks like.
It is. Your soul
I'm
is
sure it
weary. Your
is.
spirit is weary.
I don't know where I was going with that, but stop stealing my fucking time.
Ooh, Bob is reclaiming his time.
I need to reclaim my time. And I'm tired of losing it to people.
I hear you. Ooh,
Especially-
that's my thing.
I know you have the same feelings, but I feel a lot of people out there have lackadaisical ways about them.
I would, yeah. Well, I would agree. I think we're on the same page about that.
Yes, yeah. I mean, it's just like, let's flozzy doll, let's steal it from Pearl, because I know Pearl's never on time. So it's like that, like I like to go to work on time. I like to give them the time that they require of me.
See?
And then I like to leave. And so I, in life, like to give people the time that's required of me. And then I need to leave.
Right.
Or you gots to go. Right?
Right, it's true.
So if we, as friends, decide that, not that we're just going to hang out and chill. That's a whole different thing. The time parameters aren't there. But if you say, oh, I got something to do later. I got this to do beforehand. Let's watch this movie. Let's watch Supergirl. Hey, let's watch Supergirl soon because I got it. I'm going to give you 88 minutes.
Okay, I got you.
You got somewhere to be in. That means I've now decided what I'm doing in the evening because you're not available.
Right.
You're not available before you get here. So don't show up like 2 hours early.
No, ma'am.
And you get your Supergirl time. Probably 10 minutes before, 10 minutes after. If we got to stop it for a piss break, that's fine.
And then you got to go.
And then the rest of the time is mine. I don't know. So I guess it's those small verbal contracts that you give people. Mm-hmm. And nowadays, y'all motherfuckers putting those in messengers and those in text messages, and that's a written contract.
Yeah, I never even thought about that, but it's true.
That is even more held up in court.
Take that on Judge Mathis.
You can give Judge Judy the transcripts because she will ask you, where's the receipts?
Hey, there we go.
Where's the receipts?
Well, it's so true. I feel ready to move into my next loss.
Oh.
My next poor decision. Now, it would be controversial if I haven't even spoke to you about this. You didn't even know which loss I'm about to go into.
Okay.
But I feel that I need to try and discuss this loss without naming the town and or state, because I don't want to alienate any of our listeners. I don't want to make anyone angry.
True.
But it's just the truth. I'm a Midwesterner, and
Right.
sometimes you don't know who you really are, pieces of yourself, until you go somewhere else. So I made a decision to go live with a man in another state.
You did a walkabout,
I did a walkabout.
as the Australians would
It was
say.
a horrible walkabout. It was a bad choice for a Midwesterner. I'm not saying that this is a bad state in general, on general principle. I'm just saying for me. Is that fair? I feel like
I like the way you're going with that, but categorically and historically, the state is horrible. But yes,
we'll see how long we remain anonymous, boys and girls.
you can completely rely on your blessed up path that you're on, and play the holier than thou person that's not going to name the word that starts with a T and ends with an ass.
Well, it didn't last very long. Yeah, so I'm a Midwesterner.
Oh, yeah, and I want to preface this by saying, can I just toss in the fact that you were in the safest place in that state.
Yeah, oh yeah, absolutely.
The most progressive area, the most positive area,
It's
the
true.
most wanted to be in area in that place.
Oh, yeah.
So it's ass paradise.
That's ass paradise. I mean, at this point, we might as well just go ahead and name the place because we've
It's
said
Florida.
Can't with you.
She's never lived in Florida,
I've never lived in Florida.
and she says she won't.
Oh no, I can't do their humidity. I have visited Florida. I can visit there. As soon as I get off a plane in Florida, my hair starts to rise on my head and goes full Shaka Khan. Like I can't do their humidity. Children. You know where else can be really humid?
Shreveport, Louisiana.
Oh yes.
Shout out to Shreveport, Louisiana, who just happens to be calling me right now.
But so the place that I went to was Austin, Texas.
Right.
And like you said, Austin is a progressive town. Everybody's moving there.
It's a mecca.
It's becoming a city, you know, because if you talk to people that like lived there, they're like, we remember when this was just a town. You know what I mean?
Right.
But now because of the music and everything, everyone wants to live there.
Yeah, they make movies there. They have lots of actors that live there.
Yes. Austin, Texas is the reason that I started telling people that winter is important. Okay? Because I'm a Midwesterner, so there's certain bugs and creatures and things that we don't have here because we have winter.
Right.
And winter's important.
Because of the mass murder at the end. Because winter kills. Winter
does
kills.
kill.
That's the song by Yaz. You should listen. It's great.
Oh,
but yeah, it's
I don't know that. But down in Texas, there is no winter to kill anything.
No.
So they have all kinds of horrifying creatures. I had coworkers that would tell me, "Oh, do you know about this bug? It looks like a tree branch, and it just walks along, and giant spiders and I saw something in cockroaches. We're gonna get to there, but I was gonna tell you about the time that I was just outside trying to innocently get to my vehicle, and I saw what looked like a giant red ant flying.
Oh.
Freaked me the hell out. I got to work. I was describing it, and somebody was like, "Oh, you mean a red wasp?" I was like, "Why is that a thing? And why do you say it like it's okay?" You know what I'm saying? It was my nightmare. Cockroaches, tree roaches, water bugs. The Southerners have all these like cutesy names.
Water bugs.
I'm sorry, I just got distracted. They have all these cutesy names.
Well, water bugs are water bugs. They're not the roaches. They're different things.
Well, I think that somebody was using them interchangeably because I was describing the huge ones, the huge roaches that are like almost the size of your palm, but also have wings and will fly at you.
Do you want to know why someone calls them water bugs?
Why?
So they don't know you have roaches. That's why you call them water bugs. Because you're a dirty motherfucker who has roaches.
No, that's the other horrifying thing. So this
you
is the
don't
thing.
have to be dirty.
That's the thing.
No.
In the Midwest, boys and girls, those who don't live in Midwest, United States of America, if you have roaches in the Midwest, you're nasty.
I mean, well, that's just.
Or you live near somebody who
does. I mean, your neighbors could have them. They could bomb them, and they could come over. Yeah, so there's all kinds of reasons.
And it's an infestation usually. Right. It gets out of control.
Out of control. You have to literally drop 12 trailers on top of one of them, separate their heads from their bodies, then set fire to both separately 50 miles apart for them to even die.
So Midwest roaches are a different thing. And they're a different species in the whole thing. I don't have time to get into all that. But when I was doing research, that's how I found that out.
They're not that big. They're really not that big.
They're not that big.
Right.
But the ones in Texas, they come in different sizes and colors.
And hardness.
And ew, don't even want to talk about it. But I'm going to talk about it. And they're, just because you see one or even a few, doesn't mean you're infested and you just can't escape it. Like, you'll see it. I saw it in my office building multiple times. I would see one and they're like, oh yeah, that just happens in the summer. It's not okay, children. It's just not okay. Like, everybody was fine with that. And I feel it's not okay.
Well, I mean, you're back.
I'm back. And there are no flying roaches here.
You scurried back to estates that have winter.
And I scrape windows and wear hats and gloves. And I could not be happier because that was a loss. That was when I learned, oh, you can't turn this Midwesterner into a Southerner. I'm sorry.
I would like to say, from an entomology standpoint, that roaches in the Midwest do not die in the wintertime.
That's true. I can hear you. But we don't have giant, crazy roaches. That's my point.
No, I think, I mean, if you get to Chicago, I lived in Chicago. You live in Chicago.
Yeah.
Some bigger roaches there. I think they're the ones that live off stuff and, hook part-time, maybe work at Hooters on the weekend, eat a lot of cheese fries.
I can't with you.
I know.
Just take my pain and minimize it. That's fine.
I'm here. That's what I'm here to do. I'm here to take your loss, make it into my loss, and cut your loss. You're
such a giver. That's what I appreciate about you.
Yes.
All right. I'm going to stop talking about that loss then, because clearly...
Wait, but then you lost your relationship too.
Oh, yeah. But I wasn't as sad about that as I was having to live in a roach-infested place.
Missed the whole point at the beginning.
I'm sorry. That was mean. I was. But one of them terrified me more than the other. I'm just going to say that. Like, there's just different levels. I was sad. I was genuinely sad to lose that relationship because I had high hopes, high dreams, and... That's another session.
That's I think we need to wait at least till February for that one.
Yes, let's
we'll have a very special podcast in February. Specifically, we'll find out why in February. But in February.
Yeah.
This is February, right?
Oh, yeah, it's February.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll discuss all that.
But yeah, do you, now that I've unpacked my PTSD.
Oh, yeah. I'm trying to... I know it sounds like I'm just like a winner in life.
It does. Like he's got such a charmed life. He's like, I'm
not charmed at all.
Anything.
I just think that, once you start depression at 3 and, give up on high hopes and Disney dreams when you're 6, that reality is reality and your losses are just like, I have to flush the toilet now or change the roll. Okay, so I've been sitting here racking my pea brain about things that I've lost and trying to come up with something specifically to speak about. But I'd like to shout out the things I haven't lost.
Okay.
It's my hair.
Wonderful.
My youthful complexion.
Mm-hmm.
My witty personality.
Mm.
And all around amazingness.
So I would like to celebrate a new loss, kids, and that is 18 years of friendship with... No, I'm just kidding.
I thought you would take the bait and just say that I've lost all humility.
Oh, I'm sorry. We didn't go over my lines.
We didn't go over the lines. I just tried 18 years of friendship. I tried to kick the ball into her court. Is that a sport? I don't know. But over there across the table, throw her a line, toss her a bone.
That was just improv, and you didn't like what I came up with. That's the problem.
So on topic of loss, I just lost a total skit.
Listen, if that's the least of your losses.
No, I mean, I've lost stuff, right? I lost an ankh necklace one time.
Yeah, that's real devastating. Your problem with your losses is they're either like so ridiculously serious that we can't get into it, and we also can't get any entertainment out of it. Like my losses are at least entertaining for other people. Like I'm still gonna have to drive.
I mean, yeah, because your losses are like sitcom.
Exactly. That's what we were going for. We're trying to entertain other people at our expense, and you are not helping.
Because my losses are like a French film about planes.
Okay. I don't even know what that means because I don't watch French films with planes in them.
I don't either.
Okay.
Why would I? Because it's so depressing.
According to you.
Anyway,
I mean, we both have had enough regular, honest, traumatic loss. So we don't need to get into that shit.
No, not at all.
It's supposed to be lighthearted.
Yeah, fun. Fun loss.
Fun loss. Exactly. It's a new thing. Hashtag celebrating fun loss.
Hashtag blessed loss.
Listen, I used it correctly. Just because you didn't like where it came from doesn't mean.
Oh, you know what I did lose?
What did you lose?
Faith.
Oh, you have lost faith. Oh, yeah.
In almost everything.
I know. Every time I come with like a little bit of hope about something, you're always like, meh.
No. You're always like,
wrong.
This person is amazing. And I'm like, what? Really?
You're like,
aren't
probably
they just
not.
using you for this, that, and the other? Like,
and I'm like, no, they're awesome, wonderful. And then a month later, when I'm devastated, you're like, remember when I said that they were the worst? And I'm like, you can't let me have a moment right now.
Like that?
No, you don't.
I know I don't. You know why I don't? Because I know I don't have to. Because I know I was right to begin with. Because what? I am blessed up.
It really is about the lack of humility over here.
I'm really sick. I can't blame.
Even in your sickness, you're like the most insufferable.
Insufferable. I am insufferable.
That's true.
So there you go. I have lost any ability for anybody to suffer through me.
That is a truth.
Like,
that is a truth.
When I say people get so much time, that's only the time they want. They don't want any more than 88 minutes. They're like, if I have to talk to him about anything other than this fucking movie,
that's it.
That's it. He's insufferable. And it's true, because I do know everything.
I know, and you rub it in people's face. And then, but we've already discussed the 1 or 2 times you don't know something, and you just refuse to acknowledge it. That's like your
I just refuse to acknowledge the fact that scientific evidence hasn't been proven on that subject. If I'm wrong, there's just not enough documentation to prove the point. So it's kind of like, it's a loss, but it's not really a loss.
Well, kids, I think those are our losses for today.
I think the loss of me for the next week.
Yeah.
Because you're going out of town.
I am. It's going to be, Yeah, it's a big loss.
It's a big loss. Mm-hmm. And you'll get through it.
It'll be hard, but I'll try.
There's 28 episodes to listen to while you're gone.
Okay.
So that you can hear my voice. Mm-hmm. I wouldn't listen to this one. But I'd listen to the other ones. Unless you're into this raspiness.
I mean, I'm into everything that you have to offer.
If phone sex was really going on right now, I think I would dip into it just for the weekend.
Goals
and losses.
And remember that to be beautiful and natural is the birthright of every woman. And I wish you all loads and loads of loveliness and good luck.